All right, Bruchim Aboyim, welcome everyone. We're going to try to do all of the Divrei Torah and Kedushas Levi for this week's Parshios. We made a separate video on Parshas Bahar, and we're going to try to cover in the time that we have Bechukosai as well, as we try to do every Thursday to learn something from the Kedushas Levi. But I think this week we should be able to do all of them. So we already did watch that other video, Parshas Bahar. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it or not, so let's try our best. So we did Parshas Bahar, but let's watch a separate video, Parshas Bechukosai, because there's some crazy stuff going on here. In Bechukosai Teilechu es mitzvosai tishmor v'alsisim osam. In the book of Leviticus chapter 26, verse 3, it says, if you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, this seems to be superfluous, and we know that there's nothing superfluous in the scripture. It should have been sufficient to write, if you keep my commandments, and I will give. But how it appears like this, the Isa Gemara, that side in the Talmud, Kedushin Memo Mud Aleph 40a, that God combines a good thought to a deed. That whatever a person thinks and accepts upon himself in his thought to perform some commandment, God combines that with a deed. Meaning it's considered as if he performed that deed immediately, even though, like right now, I don't know, with this music in the background, if we're going to be able to get anything done. And all the more so when a person performs some commandment truthfully, some mitzvah truthfully, without any ulterior motive, then he can come to a very high level to perform another commandment. And if he does one more commandment, then he comes to even higher level. And that's why the tzaddik, the saint, is called someone who walks. He's not static, he goes from one spiritual level to the next. And that's what our sages say in Pirkei Avos, that one commandment drags along another commandment in its train. And according to this, we can explain the saying of our sages in Nida Ayin Gimel Amud Aleph 73a. It is taught in the house of Elijah, in the academy of Elijah, that anyone who repeats and studies laws every day is assured a place in the world to come. This explanation relates to the saint. And that's the meaning what it says, anyone who repeats, who studies Jewish laws, meaning he repeats it every day, his ways, he's on the road, on the derech, that every day he walks to a higher level. Then he is promised to be a person who has a place in the world to come. That's the meaning of it, what it says, if you walk in my statutes. Meaning if you attach yourself to my statutes, then you will be in that world where you're walking. And you will keep my commandments. In the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 11, it says that Jacob kept the word, meaning when he heard about what Joseph's dream, he held on to it. That's what it means that he kept it, he guarded it. It means, furthermore, I'm saying to you, if you're going to keep my commandments, meaning if you're going to think, to keep is to think about it. You're going to think to do my lasos mitzvosai, you're going to think to perform my commandments, and even if you haven't done it yet, then it's considered as if you already did them. That's what it says, and you have done them. It doesn't say you should do them, it says you have done them. Perish, what does it mean? be'enai, that it should be considered in my eyes, says God, as if you already did them. Because God combines a good thought to a deed. That's what it means. And you did and do them. Really, the translation is you did do them. Let's quickly try to do two more. In Leviticus 26 verse 4, and I will give your rain in their times. We already talked about the reward for a commandment. This is also difficult. I thought there's no commandment, there's no reward for performing God's commandments in this world. It's all in heaven. So we can explain like this. That's what's cited again in Pirkei Avos, chapter 4, verse Mishnah 2, that the reward for a mitzvah is a mitzvah. Really, there is no reward for in this world for a mitzvah. Meaning, how great the reward for doing a mitzvah is, it can't even fit in this world. But what's the reward for the mitzvah of doing the commandment, the good deed? Is that it drags along another mitzvah, another good deed, another commandment, as we said. And this is the meaning of I will give their rains in their season, and because of the rain, there'll be blessing in the world, and everyone will be able to give charity. And so the reward for a commandment is a commandment, mitzvah gereres mitzvah, that one commandment drags along another commandment in its wake. One more, a short one, V'kadati aleichem v'hola. One of the scary ones in Leviticus 26:16, it says, and I will visit upon you confusion, misery. V'kadati lashon chesaron, but v'kadati, I will visit upon you, is a term of lacking. In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 20, verse 25, it says that King David's place was missing at the table. So we can learn that, even though it's from the scary part of the parsha, we can learn it the other way, that it will cause you to not have this confusion, this misery, this punishment. I will cause you to lack the misery, Vishar Makos, and all the other Makos, all the other plagues, all the other smiting, that will not be by you, Vizratem Larik. And you will, and then the verse says, and you will plant for emptiness. What does it mean? And then the part of our eschatology is that when the eschatology is realized, that the Holy Land will give out fully made loaves of bread and all kinds of clothing and everything, and so all of your planting will be for nothing. You're not going to need to plant anything. Your enemies will plant, but we won't need to do any work because God will give us everything as a gift. Salak for V'ikra, that's the end in the book of Leviticus. The commentary from the Kedushas Levi on the book of Leviticus. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and we hope to see you real soon.